What's going on, everyone? I always talk about the great opportunities you can have with Uber, Lyft, and other platforms of rideshare. Now, in this video, I want to speak more towards the things that I don't like about Uber, specifically a little bit about Lyft, but mainly focusing on Uber. Now, things I hate about Uber. Number one, they constantly change the pricing, and it's never for better, it's always for worse. When I first started, back in over a year and a half ago, early 2014, I want to say. Yeah, early 2014, late 2013. The fares were fair. They were not as high as they were when they originally first launched, but they were fair. Good wages. I could make around 100, 150 in about 3 hours. It was great. Paid for my gas. It was sufficient for me to pay my bills. I loved it. Now, since I started, there have been about 3 cuts. The most recent cut right now is by far the worst cut. The reason why is because a lot of people, in the beginning when Uber first started, or I should say towards the middle when I was working, you had a certain class of people that use it for all intended purposes to go out clubbing or bars, people that use it for what is needed to avoid DUI, stuff like that, to make my life more comfortable. Since this last price cut, there's been a whole new type of people that come in to Uber. You've gotten a lot of drug dealers that use it. A lot of freaking lazy people that literally request it for a ride to 2 to 3 blocks away. Literally, not even half a mile, or probably half a mile at the lowest. And or highest, I should say, half a mile at the highest. And it's been getting kind of ridiculous because on those little rides, you really make like $2.40 after, well, if you're here in California or Los Angeles, I should say, the minimum fare is $4. $1 rideshare fee, which they take away, so that makes it $3. 20%, take away 60 cents, $2.40 after that. For that ride, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's bad in a way because a lot of people think that this is how it is 100% of the time. It's not. You do get your rides here and there that are farther. And whenever there's a surge, it's a bit better, but not as good. Before, if you had a surge, oh man, did you make money? You made mad money. It was great. Now, if you hit a surge, like let's say the surge is at 1.8. If it's at 1.8 now, at this moment in time, which is was it June? Yeah, June 2015. That would have been the normal price back when I started. That sucks because in order for you to make anywhere close to a decent amount of pay, you're looking to make 2.5, and that would be normal regular pay. Not only that, that's one of the things that I hate about Uber. Another thing I hate is lazy people that use Uber just to get a 3 block ride. They really mess things up for us. Not only that, a lot of riders don't respect the car, so that's another thing I hate. Another thing I really do not like, and I hate this so much, one thing I really don't like is the freaking rating system. A lot of people get discouraged to work here, or they get pissed off because of the riders. Like for example, I started working pretty frequently about part-time maybe 3 weeks ago, and my rating was at 4.87, went up to 4.88, and then boom, I got one bad. I don't know why. I know I do my best. My car smells good. Everybody compliments me on my car when they get in my car. They're like, "Oh my god, a Charger, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah." It's a new car, brand new, smells good, has more than enough room to sit people in. Smells nice, looks great. It's not even like the base model, so it's a really good car. I offer people gum. I keep waters in the sides of the doors, so just in case they need anything, they got it. I even let them know, hey. I even let people know when they come in my car, hey, do you need me to change the radio station, turn on the AC or anything? Please let me know. I'll be more than happy to do it for you. You need the aux cable. Boom. I do it for almost every ride. Now, despite me doing this, you still have those asshole riders that rate you bad. And it sucks because a lot of people get kicked out of the Uber platform because of the rating system. I am not sure of the correct number, but I know after you reach a certain number, like let's say 4.7, which is what I want to say it is, or 4.6, you get kicked off the platform, suspended or kicked off, one of the two. That sucks because some drivers do deserve it. I've gotten some stories from customers saying that they've had a bad experience, the driver was rude, a whole bunch of mess of things. But for the majority part, the people that do Uber and do it for a very large portion of their income, they really treat this very seriously. They know that customer service is a very strong issue that you must keep with people in order to keep your business afloat, or being whatever it is that you're doing. But the point of the story is that after doing this, other people, they just rate you bad, and your rating just drops. And then for those that solely rely on Uber or Lyft, whatever it is, they mess things up badly. I don't know what it is. It seems to only be happening with Uber drivers or with Uber riders. On Lyft, it has the same rating system. My rating's still really high. There's a different class of people that use Lyft and Uber. It's very, very different. I don't know what it is. Like I said in other videos, that Uber, I get a lot of corporate people, and Lyft, I get more of like the hipster young person. They're very friendly. They're really cool. I don't know. I just think it's better as far as the riders goes. Now, Uber, before I used to be like, wow, this is amazing. You can make all this money, and you still can, but the thing is, in order to make that money, you really have to know how to work the system. And what I mean by that is you need to know how Uber works. You need to know where to go to make the money. You need to know what times to work. It's a number of variables that you have to put together in order for you to make the best or the most amount of money. So for those people that just sign up and they're like, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna make some money right now. I see these dudes making 20, 30, 40 bucks an hour. It's possible, but it's extremely hard, and you have to work the system, and it doesn't work for everybody in every city in the United States. And the reason why is because I get in my comments a lot. I have some dudes from San Francisco. Their rates are slightly higher than ours, but the thing is that they're so over congested, or they have so many drivers that the business is there, but there's just so many drivers that it's too much competition for the rest of them to make money. Now here in LA, we have an extremely big territory, so where we can go anywhere. We can go from LA to Santa Monica to the Island Empire, Long Beach, all the way to Santa Barbara, even Burbank, San Fernando Valley area. Now, believe me when I tell you this, that's a big ass territory. I'm talking about big, like real big. But that's what she said. But the point of the story is that for us, it's not as bad. And this is being in LA, an area that's very overpopulated, an area where drivers have a very big territory to go to. Like I said before, can you make money? Yes, but it's hard. Other cities, it might not be anywhere near what I'm saying is. So for a lot of you that live in other cities, that don't expect this to be one of the best things where you can make a lot of money, you can, but really do your research. If Uber, Lyft, or whatever is being used very frequently in your town, and you see everybody talking about it, or you live in a city where it's very populated and it's actually a good form of business, then yeah, by all means do it. But I don't want to get people's hopes up, because I get a lot of comments on a lot of the videos that I put out saying, oh, that number, your numbers are wrong, this is not true, I've made this much, blah 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 blah. My numbers are not wrong. My numbers are correct because they're from my city where I live. I just give an example on how of my mistakes, my journey through the beginning till right now, on what I've used or what tools I've used to maximize my money, maximize my earnings, and how I was able to do all these things on my own. Now, everything that I've said can be applied to anybody else in any other city. No problem. Use the same examples, use the same concept. It should be good. But you do have to evaluate your city. Like I spoke to Brian Cole not too long ago, and I asked him about a Prius because I was thinking about buying a car to invest to do this full time, and maximize my money by obviously saving money on gas and all that. And I think he did a little just testing out the waters. He worked for about a week doing Uber X. He made around a little over $1,000, I believe. I could be wrong. If you're watching this, Brian Cole, please leave it in the comments if you want to. Point of the story is that he worked a ton of hours. Now, I could probably make the same amount of money that he does in a week or 5 days or 7 days And I could probably do it in 3 or 4 days. Maybe it's a day or two difference. Who knows? The reason is because where I live, I can probably make a good amount of money working the hours that he was working, or working the same amount of hours that he was working. I could probably make a little bit more, or vice versa if you're in another city. So the point of the story is that I don't want to get people's hopes up, so I want you to know the truth of Uber. What I don't like about it. Another thing that I don't like about it, people throwing up. How to avoid this? Avoid certain areas. Like there's a bar I go to here in LA where I pick up a lot of people. It's called Villains Tavern. Those guys, that Villains Tavern, it's like a little, they play live music and all that. It's a pretty good bar. It's in the Arts District. They hook people up in that bar because every time, the only people I've ever had thrown up in my car are people that I pick up from there. Why? Because they hook them up with drinks. Now, I know that I would only expect that around after 1 a.m. For you guys, it might be the same thing. I don't know. That's how I avoid it. But that's one thing that I do hate about Uber. I think they should allow, I wish they would allow a bigger minimum charge, like maybe $7 or $8 an hour, or $8 an hour, $7 or $8 per minimum fare, just because of the people that take advantage of Uber and take a damn ride for 3 blocks. I mean, I probably waste more gas doing the little ride there anyways, whatever, but I prefer not to do that. But that's one of the things. Another thing I hate about Uber is the pricing, which I've already spoken about. But if they had their pricing up, one thing that Uber, if anybody in Uber is watching this video, I will give you this advice. The reason why Uber is always hiring a lot of drivers is because they always have a very high turnover rate. A lot of drivers try it out for a month, they don't like it. A lot of drivers try it out for a month, they do like it, but they don't like putting the miles on their car because it's their baby and they prefer not to. Not a bad thing. Other people just hate it. Now, for those drivers that actually like it, Uber should make it a rule to pay a higher amount. You don't have to search price all the time. You can have a very fair amount and drivers will be very happy. Because right now you're basically having all these drivers make like no money, and the only time they can make money is on Friday night or Saturday night when the surge is pretty much high all the time. I really think Uber should reevaluate their pricing structure everywhere in the US, not just here in LA, because eventually it'll hit everybody as it did LA. And we're considered one of their, or California is considered one of their top areas, but I don't know. Lyft, pricing is okay. I just hate the damn mustache. I don't fucking like it. For those of you Lyft drivers that have gotten your, I think 5x5 square little thing with the Lyft logo on there, just similar to Uber's, I would just keep that. I don't use a glowing mustache. That's me. I don't know about you guys, but I like it that way better. But I don't really have any negative to say about Lyft. I wish their price is okay. They could be a tiny bit higher. That would be pretty great, but that would probably be the only thing I have about Lyft. I will soon sign up for Sidecar, and I'll tell you my review on that and how it works, how it goes, and how what I think about it. So that's my little Uber rant, why I hate Uber, rideshare, and all that good stuff. That's about it, really. So if you have any questions, comments below, or anything, your thoughts, please leave them in the comments below. Once again, if you do still want to become a driver after hearing this, just to be a part-time driver, just work only on weekends or once a month, twice a month. The link to be a driver are in the links below in the about description. Sign up, and good luck. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.